Good morning, good evening, whenever you're watching this. I literally just woke up from a dream and I know that I need to share it. I was working in the medical field as a nurse, which I have in the past. That's my career field. Before, the Lord called me into ministry and all this and that. But anyway, I was working in the hospital and I was on my way to work. I had been called in for a meeting, and me and my husband, I'm pretty sure my children were with us too, but we were driving to the town because it was in a different town that I had to go to for this meeting. And I was looking for the hospital, and the town we had to go to was called Slaughters. And I was giving my husband directions on how to get there because he was driving me there. He drove me there and dropped me off. I was wearing like a nice, I was wearing green actually. I was wearing a green, like business type blazer and a shirt and like black slacks. I was looking nice for this meeting. And I go up there, and I go to the 4th floor, and that's the floor that I used to work on at the hospital. It was crazy to me. But anyway, I go to the 4th floor, and there's all kinds of patients. There's all kinds of people in the hospital, and there's all kinds of people lined up to get in this meeting. And I go up to, I guess, who the director was, and I say, she has like a list with people's names on it, and she says that my name is not on the list. And she said, but your name is on the list for tomorrow's meeting. And I said, well, we just drove in from out of town, and I need to go ahead. And I kept looking at my watch, and I said, I need to go ahead and get this done because I have kids, my kids. I need to take care of my kids. I need to go ahead and go to this meeting. So she's like, okay, come on in. So I go in, and there's like instructors or whatever in the front. There's like 4 or 5 of them, and there's all kinds of people in this meeting. And what they're doing is they were showing us, preparing the nurses and the medical staff and everybody on how to use these new ventilators. They had, if I could draw, I'm telling you guys, if I could draw, I would be able to draw this out for you guys, but I literally just woke up, so I'm just going ahead and getting this dream out. It was these tubes that, go in like this or whatever. It had like all kinds of tubes coming out of it, and the nurses and stuff you had to put on of course this, and you had goggles, then you had something else that went over top of it. And they were training them by putting it like in their mouth, like to put it in their mouth, but not, to put it all the way in, but put it in their mouth. And you had to have all this other stuff on as well before using it. These new kind of goggles. It had just so many steps to it. And so I was sitting there watching everybody do it, and I was literally just observing. Like, I was observing what everybody was doing. There was these racks to hang everything on, there was everything. Like, it was just all kinds of medical supplies, and they were training us very quickly. And I looked down at my watch, and it's almost 3:00. Okay, so actually, I look down at my watch, and it's actually 3:00. I look at my watch, and it says, I look at my Apple Watch, and it says 3:00 in the dream. And I say, I have to leave. I whispered to another nurse. I said, I have to leave because I have to go take care of my kids. So I leave. And as I'm walking through the hospital, and I see I see all kinds of people. Like, there's all kinds of nurses doing their normal things. There's staff everywhere. There's people coming in and like checking things out, checking out all the floors, kind of like when state would come in, and check things out for different facilities. It was like there was just layers and layers of this hospital. And I stopped real quick, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to go check on my kids, and then I have to come back because I have to work tonight. And I was thinking to myself, I'm working third shift tonight. And I'm like, okay, so I need to go home. Well, I turn around, instead of going home and stuff, I turn around and I go back up to the meeting. And I notice now they're giving a test for the people. And it's a medication test. And I go in and I say, nobody told me that there was a test. Why wasn't I given the test? And, once again, they were trying to scheme it up to that I wasn't supposed to be there until the next day. And I said, well, can I go ahead and take the test? So I grab the test, but I don't take the test. And I'm just reading over the test. And it's all kinds of, it's a medication test. And there's all kinds of different medications on there. And like different math and stuff that is being done to try to test and figure out this new medication. And sorry, I have sleepy in my eyes. I literally just woke up, you guys. So I'm looking and I'm just watching them take this test, and I walk back out and there's another director, and I said, I didn't know I was supposed to take this test. Can I come back tomorrow? I've got to get home to see my kids. And they kept just shrugging me off, just completely shrugging me off. And I was getting very frustrated, but I didn't show it. And this lady comes up and she said, you can come at 8:01. You can come at 8:01 tomorrow and you can take your test. And I'm like, I don't know if 8:01 is going to work because I have to work tonight. I'm on third shift, but I work here. I work on the 4th floor. And I said I could probably come after my shift. And she's like, okay, just frustrated again. Well, this guy, he stops me, and he says, I say, can I come tomorrow? Please, can I come tomorrow to take this test? And he's like, well, there's 2,000 people that are going to be here taking this test and being instructed on these new ventilators today. And for tomorrow. And I was like, okay, just whatever, just whatever, like basically that kind of thing. So I just walk off, and I'm then getting prepared like for the night shift. Like I'm getting myself prepared for the night shift, getting scrubs on, getting those things on. And I'm thinking to myself, I couldn't remember what color scrubs I needed to wear. And I'm sitting there and I'm like contemplating. I'm like sitting there in this locker room, and I'm literally like contemplating like which scrubs I need to put on. Well, I end up not even putting on any scrubs, and I'm just observing again. And I'm walking through the halls of the hospital, and I'm watching things that are going on, and I'm just watching, and things are not adding up. And I'm like, well, why are they doing this, and why is this happening this way, and all of these things. So that was basically it. And there was even a room, there was a room even downstairs that was for kids. I do remember that. And I remember there was a room for a lot of elderly, like rooms. There was being rooms prepared for a lot of elderly. And then I wake up from this dream. So I know for sure this is very significant. I think number one, the place that it was taking place is significant, which was slaughter, which we know what slaughter means. That there's going to be like mass slaughters, like of people dying. Number Number two, there's some kind of new thing they're gonna use. I don't know. Like I said, I don't work in the medical field anymore. But there was a new ventilator they were gonna try. And then a new medication that they were gonna try. But these things were going to lead down a not so good path. The stuff was geared towards the elderly and also children. That's what I saw. So what I kept saying I needed to get back to my kids. Like, I needed to protect my kids. That's what I was feeling in my spirit. And the reason that I couldn't take the test or whatever, or be there for the test, is because I was observing this going on, and it wasn't necessarily about me, but it was to send out this warning to let you guys know what's going on, what I saw anyway, to pray, and to pray against these mass slaughters, like to pray protection, to pray Psalms 91 over your families. They're gearing up for something, you guys, I'm telling you. This is not a coincidence. I'm going to look up what 801 means in the Strong's Concordance. And, of course, 3 o'clock, that's completion. That's full circle. I've been seeing 333. I've been seeing consecutive numbers for years and years now. And 3 keeps coming up in a lot of people's stuff. 3 days, 3 hours, just 3. And this is the time, 3 o'clock. So it means completeness, full circle. The number 2000 was also in it. So I'm going to put all of those numbers in the description box. But I pray that you guys will pray over this and pray for whatever they're planning for, whatever they're gearing up for, because I know it's something significant. And like I said, the town I was in, being in the hospital setting, training nurses and doctors and staff and all this stuff on this, they were even like instructing, the instructors were using it on themselves. And like I said, I was just observing everything. I didn't do any of the stuff. I just watched it all, and I was watching everybody do it. And then, I couldn't take the test too. So I know that's significant. I know it's a new medication. It was a little bitty white pill, and there was all kinds of stages on it. I remember on the test, all kinds of different stages of it, and all kinds of math that was going in, which, that medical math, we use that, in the medical field for dosages and all that kind of stuff. So it was different dosages for different stages of life. Of course, that's normal. I just felt this was very significant, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Please pray for discernment. Please pray over this. Please pray protection over your families. Something's going on behind the scenes. That's all I'm saying. And it's significant. So I know it's a warning to pray and to be aware of. So I love you guys. Hope you have a blessed day.